In this video, I'm going to show you a couple cool things to do with the Spektrum Smart Battery XBC 100 checker, servo driver, all kinds of cool things you can do with this XBC 100. If you're new to the hobby and you're using Spektrum Smart Batteries, you need to watch this because I've seen this twice now. I've seen apprentices crash. So these things just charge all on their own. And those people that I saw the apprentices crash was because they charged the battery up on a Monday and then Saturday they came out to fly and they had no idea that the battery was dead. When it's the kid's second or third flight and I'm probably responsible for them getting one, they saw me flying and I recommended an apprentice, and then I see it crash. They show up with their family and they take off and fly, and a second or two later it's meow. And if they had this, or they had just a little bit of a knowledge about the smart batteries, they could have prevented that. So let me show you a couple cool things with the XBC 100. Stay tuned. Hold on. Oh, yep, all right. Hold on. All right, before I show you some really cool functions to do with the XBC 100, let me tell you a quick story and then this will all make sense to you. So a friend of mine bought a Spektrum Generation 2 smart battery. A Generation 2 is one that does not have the balance lead. It just has this portion only, and when you plug it into your charger, it just starts charging on its own. So his Generation 2 battery would not charge in his smart charger. The Generation 2 battery needed to be updated, and updating the battery is just not his cup of tea. He had a XBC 100 he was using for voltage and other things, and his XBC 100 went bad. He got a new one, and he decided to plug his Generation 2 battery into the XBC 100 just for the heck of it, and as soon as he plugged it up, the battery started updating. Now he can charge his Generation 2. So this is how you update your smart batteries. These batteries are like everything now. They get little computers in them and they need to be updated. And, this thing could have been made 4 years ago, but it needs to be caught up with today's technology so that it can charge and so on. This is how you update your batteries. You update the XBC 100 through your personal computer or tablet or your phone by going to the Google Drive and the Spektrum file share, and you load in the latest software into the XBC 100, and then you can update your batteries through this. This thing does a ton of stuff. I talked about the apprentices crashing. Well, when you get a smart battery, these things discharge on their own to be a safe LiPo battery. You don't want to charge this thing up and put it away and then forget about it for a few months and something goes bad, because a balanced LiPo battery is best for storage. So it will start discharging on its own, and I think the default is set up for like 72 hours. Also, the maximum amps that your smart battery can be charged, there's a setting in here. So even if you have a charger and you set it to a 3C configuration, like if you wanted to charge this smart battery at a 1C rate, it would be 3.2 amps. If you wanted to charge it at a 2C, it would be 6.4, or 3C rate, 9.6. Well, being that this has got a little computer in it, it might have a maximum amp setting that's not working out with what you want to do. So let's look at all these menus in here real quick. All right, we're going to plug up a smart battery to the XBC 100, and I'm going to show you some cool options and some very important ones. So when you first plug your battery up, it's going to show the voltage of the battery. It shows the percentage of the battery and the temperature of the battery. Over to the right, we see the voltage of all the cells. 3-cell battery. Push down one time, we see some more information on the battery. It's a 3S 3200. The 3200 is how much gas we have in the tank. It's got a maximum charge rate of 5C, maximum discharge of 30C, and the 16 is how many cycles this battery's had. Been charged and discharged 16 times in its life. not much use on this one. Then tapping the center button, we get to the function list. Let me get to the top here. It starts with the language and the backlight and the volume, system information. The operating system on this XBC 100 is 1.0.0.21, and that is the highest as of the making of this video, August 1st, 2025. I checked before I started. Alarm tone. Alarm? Why would you need an alarm? Well, low voltage alarm. You plug your battery up to your XBC 100, and if the cells of voltage are below whatever you set this at, then an alarm will go off. Pretty good to know. USB charge. You can charge your phone or anything else right there, but you have to select start in order for it to do that. And when you do that, this turns purple. If something was plugged up, you would see the voltage leaving the XBC 100 going into whatever you're charging, which is pretty cool. Servo tester. There's two different versions here, standard servos, and the one below it is for digital servos. Good for centering servos or just doing other stuff. Many different things you can do with this, and we'll do a bunch of videos on that at a later time. Cell balance. You can balance the cells of a battery. You can plug up a balance lead right there. Doesn't have to be a smart battery. And here is the next menu, which is the really important one for the smart batteries. Right there. Storage, voltage, auto storage. These batteries discharge on their own for an auto storage charge. I think the default 72 hours. So that's why the people with the apprentices had a little mishap, because they charged their battery on like a Monday and showed up at the park on Saturday and did not know that the battery was discharged. You can change this to start at a different time, or I think you might be able to just turn it off. Maybe. Let's see. There you go. You can change it to never to discharge on its own. And when you do have it auto discharge, you can set the voltage for each cell where you want to stop at. 3.9 is the max. And this is important. Charge current. You plug your battery up to a smart charger, and let's say you want it to charge as fast as possible. Well, you need to program your battery to allow that. Because if you plug it up to a charger, the charger is going to charge the battery at what the battery allows. So here's where you can change what kind of amps you want your battery to be charged at. Right now it's set at 9.6 amps, which is a 3C charge rate. This is a 3200, so a 1C charge rate would be 3.2 amps. 2C, 6.4. 3C, 9.6 amps is the maximum charge rate. So you can program your battery on what kind of amperage it gets charged at. You know, if you want your battery to last the longest and be, gently be nice to it, then you would charge it at a 1C rate. It would take longer, but you can make the adjustments right there. And the maximum voltage charge for each cell, 4.20, is the max for a LiPo. For whatever reason, you could change it if you want to. This exception record, I don't really know what it is, but I think that's the serial number to the battery. And battery update. If this battery needed an update, then we would update the battery right there if it doesn't do it automatically. Okay guys, hey, hope that helped. I got lots and lots and lots and lots more videos coming, especially to help out the newcomers. That is the whole reason that I'm doing this. I'm not doing it for my health, and I'm doing it to help out newcomers that are coming to the hobby, because the more the merrier, and that's just a simple fact. So welcome aboard, and follow along. I got tons and tons and tons of videos to help you get started in this awesome, addictive hobby of radio controlled airplanes. And I'm a Spektrum fanboy, because if it wasn't for Spektrum and E-flite, they wouldn't have given us the ability to have safe select, and that's how we all got into the hobby. So all right guys, hey, adios. What was that? It's like a spider falling down or something. Anyways, all right, gotta go. Are we doing the XBC 100 or are we doing the Simba the cat? Look at that fat cat. Simba. Simba. Simby. Hi. Hi, Simbas.